I chose Michelle E. Kelly's article, The Potential of a Relational Training Intervention to Improve Older Adults' Cognition, for this assignment. And so Kelly in the article identifies a research literature gap in implementing behavior change for older adults. The author notes that greater numbers of humans are living to older ages, which is necessitating ongoing exploration of behavioral interventions with the population. And specifically, the author is targeting the core executive functions, or EFs, of relational knowledge and cognitive flexibility. These EFs are relevant in facilitating everyday cognition and functional independence, which would then directly impact quality of life. The study evaluates relational training, specifically training arbitrarily applicable relational responding, or AARR, on cognition, considering that the literature implicates it as a source of improving those EFs for children and younger adults. The authors suggest that this AARRing, as they call it, could improve EFs in the older population. So they function this study in a way to examine existing evidence to support it as a viable intervention or treatment for older adults. Cognitive flexibility and relational responding, those EFs identified by the author, are defined as the ability to refrain from engaging in a dominant response preference when that response is not functional, and accessing a more functional remote response in its place. So overall, the outcomes of the study are limited. The authors reported some encouraging evidence in their evaluations, such as relational framing skills development, showing some improved IQ scores when implemented. However, the author notes that translating improved IQ to those specific cognitive domains and functional living skills is yet to be demonstrated. And also, research in RFT suggests that relational training positively impacts relational responding flexibility and complexity, which could translate to the EFs. But ultimately, the lack of overall research targeting behavioral interventions for older adult populations at large, and relational responding research and its impacts on EFs, and the relative lack thereof, hamper any definitive statements, though they provide encouraging evidence. For my part, I found the emphasis on older adults to be compelling, given that the population isn't often given priority. ABA, in my experience, tends to focus on younger population, given its dominance in intervening in individuals with autism who tend to receive services while they're under the age of 18. It's easy for me to forget our science of behavior analysis is not limited to autism. It specifically targets human behaviors, and therefore positively impacting the lives of the older population is a valid goal. I don't have a professional stake in the outcomes of the study, but I do find myself wondering if further research could positively impact my loved ones and an underserved population. Overall, older populations are often prioritized less in our culture, and I appreciate the role of this study in kind of expanding my awareness in terms of the power of behavior analysis and ABA in general. Thank you.